So you may be wondering why we're interviewing a candidate that's going to be in a race that will not be on the ballot in Southwest Florida next year. Well, here's why. This race is going to be on the national radar. Our guest is going to be going against the chairman of the Democratic National Committee from Miami. That's Deborah Wasserman Schultz. But our guest is Karen Harrington from Davie, and welcome. Thanks for your time.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for having me, inviting me over to the Southwest Coast. We're very happy to start our day off. We're going to be here all day, but it's a pleasure to be with you.
And we're taping on Monday, and while you're here, you're going to be getting acquainted with Southwest, again, because they will not be able to vote in this race, District 20 in the Miami area, but it's going to be dynamic. They're going to be hearing about this race a lot, and they're going to get a chance to meet you. You're also going to be raising some money while you're here.
Yes, we are, and we're excited to be on the West Coast. We do believe, like you said, the race will take a national spotlight. We did very good against Debbie the first time last year, getting almost 40% of the vote.
Right.
So we really feel this time that we're going to give her a run for her money.
Based on your campaign platform and everything else that has happened since 2010, tell me if I'm wrong, this is going to be a referendum on the president.
Yes, and as you know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz supports the president on all of his economic policies, which have failed. So it is going to be a referendum to it.
And health care.
And health care.
And that really gets you going.
Oh yes, I'm a small business owner, and I definitely know how the Obama health care will impact my business and the expenses that I will have to incur by being forced to give my employees health care. So it's definitely something that's very important to me as a business owner, that I think will prevent us from helping to grow our economy, create jobs, and expand our current business.
You manage a chain of 3 restaurants, and they're called Ricky's.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
To get that out there, and they say your wings are pretty good.
Yes, we're world famous. In fact, our sauces as well.
Okay, so there. We'll send you a bill for the plug.
Okay.
But anyway, as I said, your website is crystal clear where you are on the issues, and you also have Marco Rubio's campaign manager on your team.
Yes, we're very excited to bring Anthony Bustamante aboard. He worked with Marco very closely. In fact, when Marco was 35 points down in his race. So he's a true believer in finding the right candidate that supports the right conservative issues that's for the economy. And we think we'll be able to do the same thing with our campaign.
Tea Party role in this race will be what?
I think the grassroots movement is very strong. I think it really helped propel a lot of new freshmen in 2010 to Congress. I think their message is loud and clear. It doesn't matter which party you're from. They want to hold you accountable to the issues that are important to the people. Mm-hmm. So I think they'll still play a very strong factor in the up-and-coming elections. Can
you talk about the upcoming elections? We talk about the presidential race and the GOP field, which really hasn't come together yet. It's still sort of groping for direction. What do you expect will come of that?
Well, I think we're still trying to find that right candidate for that position. This is going to be an election of 2012 that is monumental. I mean, we thought 2010 was important, but honestly, our economy in the last 4 years has absolutely tanked. We need a real leader that understands business philosophy and things that are important in the private sector to get this economy going. So we really need a pro-business candidate for the presidential race, someone that will really get our economy back on track.
Is that candidate out there yet?
I think we have 2 or 3 there that show the potential of being the next good president for the Republican Party, but we're going to continue to keep an open mind, and whoever the Republican Party chooses, we're definitely going to support that candidate.
What do you look for Sarah Palin to do?
Well, Sarah plays a very vital role. And I think whoever she gets behind and supports, I don't expect her to enter the race. Really? I think she really accomplishes a lot in what she does, getting around this country and pushing conservatives and helping getting good candidates elected. I think she'll play a very vital role.
Getting back to the issues for a second, it seems to me as if your campaign may resonate better today than it did 2 years ago, especially in view of who your opponent is going to be. True?
Yes, I believe my opponent has put herself in a spotlight as head of the DNC, and she's really trying to do 2 jobs. So basically, she's a part-time congresswoman and a part-time DNC. So she's going to be held accountable to a higher standard. And I think Americans across the country are going to recognize that the policies that she supports of this administration are just failing the American people. And she's going to be spotlighted even heavier now than she was 2 years ago.
The big guns are coming.
That's it.
Let me ask you, your district, District 20, again, and just a reminder of viewers that Southwest Floridians will not be able to vote in this race, but because of the presence of the chair of the Democratic National Committee as the incumbent congresswoman, that's a key point, that is what makes this special. Now, your district is very odd shaped. You include areas from Aventura, Plantation, Sunrise, west to North Miami Beach, and a lot more in between, and has a very odd shape. The voters went to the polls last year to speak out against districts shaped like this, but Republicans have tended to defend that. Where are you on that?
No, I think this year, I think they're really going to listen to what the voters have said. They don't want the gerrymandering of the districts anymore. I know our state house and Senate are controlled by the Republicans, and I think they're going to fairly go about redistricting. And I think it's important because in my district alone, there are 2 congressional offices, so it's very hard to represent the people of your district when your district is so spread out. So and we can, save on costs by limiting it to 1 office, but really the people need good representation, so we do need to square off that district.
We really do, and
yes.
I hope our viewers get a chance to see the graphic on that. But we have about 30 seconds left. What other message do you want Southwest Floridians to take from your visit?
Well, I'm not a career politician. I'm a businesswoman, and I'm a successful businesswoman. And I know how to manage a business, make a payroll, and live within my means. And I've been doing that successfully for almost 30 years. And if I can take those philosophies to Washington and get this country back to work, I think we can be that exceptional nation that we've always been. And it's got to start by getting America back to work.
That's the last word. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Have a good
Jeff.
visit. Our guest has been Karen Harrington from the Davie area around Miami. We've been trying to get her opponent, Wasserman Schultz, on this program. We're going to keep trying,